Hello, welcome to this program for Design and Technology. Our topic for today is isometric projection. So, what is isometric projection? It is a form of pictorial projection. It is quite similar to our previous topic on oblique projection, except that viewing angle is different and we are going to use different paper grids called isometric grids instead of square grids. Isometric projection is also used to present design and drawings in 3D. Designers often use isometric projection to create and show their ideas. As you can see clearly here, this mobile phone and camera have been drawn in isometric projection. Architects and designers use 3D animated diagrams to explain and show their ideas. Animated diagrams and sketches give a realistic picture. A lot of information is given to satisfy clients or customers. So, let's go on with drawing objects in isometric projection. For that, you will need a ruler, HB pencils, an eraser, colored pencils, and isometric grid paper. To begin with, let us study an isometric grid. I'm going to use different colors to show you the different lines on the grid. We observed that there are 3 types of lines on the grid. Vertical lines, which are green in color here. Inclined lines moving towards the left, red in color here. And inclined lines moving towards the right, violet lines here. When drawing in isometric projection, we have to respect these lines and draw on them only. We are going to strictly avoid drawing the following lines on an isometric grid: thick horizontal lines and lines outside the already existing lines, that is, the guidelines. You can clearly see them on the screen. So, we can start drawing on the isometric grid then. We will carry out a simple exercise. We will count 6 squares on the different axes from a starting point A. Let's start counting along the inclined line towards the right. This will be the width. We return now to point A and count 6 squares vertically upwards. This is the height. And we repeat the same process on the inclined line on the left for the depth. Quite easy, isn't it? We have 3 axes showing the width, the height, and the depth. Usually, we can draw a horizontal faint line to show that the inclined lines are drawn at 30 degrees to the horizontal in isometric projection. So, what about trying some simple warm-up exercises now? Using an HB pencil and a ruler or set squares, let us try drawing some lines, vertical and inclined to the right and then inclined to the left. From a starting point A, we draw lines along the inclined lines and vertical lines. 6 squares to the right, 5 squares upwards, and 4 squares to the left. You can practice drawing a series of similar lines, and you can even use your colored pencils to distinguish between the different lines. Now that you are at ease with an isometric grid and its lines, let us attempt a very simple cuboid in isometric projection. We need to study it carefully before. So what can we observe? The cuboid has 6 faces, but only 3 faces are visible. The cuboid is opaque. Now we are going to name each face. The front face, which is on the right side, the top face, and the side face, which is on the left. An arrow on the top left corner is showing the direction for the depth. We can now start drawing a cuboid in isometric projection. You are given the front face of a cuboid. It is in 2 dimensions. The arrow is showing the direction of the depth. Observe it well and interpret the information given. We need to find the overall dimensions, that is, the width, the height, and the depth. From front face, we can get 2 major dimensions. Can you guess which ones? It is the same as for oblique projections. Yes, you're right. It's the width. The width is along the horizontal line, and here it is 6. The height along the vertical line, and here the height is 5. The depth D is 4, and the information has been given to you, 4D. So the overall dimensions are width 6 squares, height 5 squares, and depth 4 squares. The direction of the depth will be on the left, as shown by this blue arrow. Taking point A as a starting point, we can start drawing the cuboid now. We draw the width line, then the height, and complete the front face. Now we add the depth lines at the corners. And we finish the diagram with the missing height and width. Here is the complete cuboid in isometric projection. You can add color to enhance your drawings. Red in the front face, yellow in the top face, and blue in the side face. I think it is quite easy to draw cuboids in isometric projection now. Here are some simple exercises that you can practice on your own. These are the solutions. To recap, isometric diagrams are drawn on isometric grids. These grids have vertical lines and inclined lines at 30 degrees to the horizontal. When given a front face, we can interpret dimensions for the height and width, and the depth is usually given. Well, we have come to the end of this video. Hope you enjoyed it. See you soon. Goodbye.